All right, we're here with Teri and Gilbert Gonzalez at Republic Title in Frisco, and the Gonzalez just signed papers for the sale of their home, and I invited them to share a little bit with us today about how their experience went and what led them to sell their home and how the whole experience went for them. So congratulations, Teri and Gilbert. What a great I guess month it's been here to get your home sold, and you've actually been down to Austin and found a house down there while this was all going on and so forth. But just tell us a little bit about what prompted you to want to sell your house. What happened? I know you took a job in Austin, right, Teri?
New job with James Avery, dream job.
Awesome.
So yeah, we were very anxious in getting to Austin as quickly as possible, and it was a no-brainer for us. We reached back and found Euclid after helping us buy this house a few years ago. There was nobody we would have considered except to help us sell this house. So a phone call to you and the ball was rolling, and literally within 3 weeks we prepared the house, staged the house, sold the house, and have found a house in Georgetown. So
that's great.
All in a 3-week period.
Yeah. So when you first learned you were going to have to move to Austin, what was going through your mind about trying to get a house sold?
Well, you know, you walk out the front door of our house and look left and right, and there are signs in lots of yards. And so I think there was some anxiety, at least I felt a little bit of anxiety about how our house would kind of fit into the market, and if we could be positioned in a way that would make our house special and sell it. Understanding that there's a lot of competition in the neighborhood.
Right. And those houses that were on the market when your house went on, how long had those houses been on the market?
They've been on the market anywhere from 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months?
And there have been houses that have been on the market and then taken off, and repeatedly, you know, people pulling them off for a period of time and putting them back on. So.
Do you remember about when the last time a house sold over in your neighborhood?
I think
Jeannie and
Jeannie and Keith, our neighbors across the street, bought the house about a year ago.
Yeah.
About a year ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been a lot of activity in there.
Right.
Right. Okay.
No.
And so you called me, and then we met, and we had a little strategy meeting about where to price it and how to market it and so forth. And so we put let's see, if I recall, we put the house on the MLS Friday night, and then that Saturday morning we started getting showing setups, and I think we had, was it 6?
There were 6 of them.
6 showings on Saturday,
and then one subsequently later on that evening, a repeat showing.
A second showing.
Yeah.
And then Sunday there were additional showings.
There were 4 showings on Sunday.
4 showings. So we had 11 showings total, with one being a repeat.
Yeah.
And then at the end of Sunday, I guess we had a couple of interested parties that turned into multiple offers on the house.
Correct.
And what we did is we resolved that with asking them for their highest and best offer. We had a party that stepped up and put in a great offer that was actually slightly over list price, right?
That's right.
Okay, and the folks that bought the house, very good buyers, very strong buyers. We set it for a 30-day closing, which is today. This is November 30th.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, so we went under contract there and dealt with all the process of that. But you guys have gone down and made, 3 trips down to Austin in the meantime,
Yeah.
and picked out a house there and had one under contract. And tell us about that. Are you when are you going to be? You're moving today, going back to Austin, and then when are you going to move into your new house in Austin?
Well, it's we close on the 11th.
December.
December 11th, a couple of weeks. And then due to the requirements of the current homeowner, he has to stay in the house until the end of December. So we've negotiated that in to our contract.
So we got a lease back.
Lease back.
And then after he moves out the 1st of January, we will go through and probably replace carpet.
Okay.
And do some painting and do some touch-ups before we move in.
Okay.
So we'll move in 3rd, maybe 4th week of January 2013.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So great. So what would you say? What were some of just 1 or 2 of the things that were the best part of this whole experience for you?
If I could jump in first and just say, our first meeting with you relative to selling this house, I think that the fact that you came to the table with so much information for us about our specific neighborhood, about what was happening on the seller or on the market. But for me, it was introducing the concept of staging. I thought I had the house looking pretty good, but bringing in professional stagers, I think, really put us in a great great position. It was amazing the difference between what I thought was a house ready to be put on the market and what professional stagers taught me. So that was the first thing. And then to bring in a professional photographer, that I think really made the house very appealing. We have met our buyers, and one of the things that she expressed to me was that when she looked at on her phone, looked at the pictures of our house, she said she knew immediately she had to get into that house. So the photographs really sold the house, ultimately, the staging and the photographs.
I think there were two real key points. Typically, a realtor will come to us with a comparative market analysis and tell you what's on the market, what's been sold, what's active, and you pick a price. I like your approach as far as using the absorption method, showing us essentially how some of these prices were overpriced, some of these houses were overpriced, and for the kind of money that they were asking for in our neighborhood, you could go a little further north and buy something new. I think that was real critical in pricing the house right. In my conversations with some of our neighbors who have houses for sale, I take them to task as to whether they're really serious about selling the house or if they're just putting it out there just to see what happens. In this economy, with these conditions that we have, we saw some overpriced houses, and we realized that was the primary reason that they were still on the market. That was one of our concerns of putting a house up for sale amidst all of this activity. I think the second thing that was pretty critical is you kind of modified the approach to where we had multiple offers that weren't quite up to the list price, because we knew we were pricing the house to sell. And I think your technique of inviting each of the realtors that had submitted offers to submit their highest and best offers so that we could review those, instead of us going back and doing the good old boy method where we've got one price, they've got a price, and well, let's just split it down the middle, let's shake hands, let's fix up whatever we need to do. I think the highest and best price invitation was very critical, to where one of the guys realized that he needed to get off dead center, and he offered us more than what our list price was. Subsequently meeting them later, we met his wife, and she was really the driving force in saying, hey, look, you better not let that one go. So I think it was those two things, is pricing it right and being serious about selling, and being realistic about what is out in the market right now.
Right.
And then the technique of inviting the people making the offers to do their highest and best offer,
So
instead of sending them a counter offer,
right,
kind of thing. So those were the two most exciting things for me.
Okay. And so Terry, you were thinking the way the house was prepared and staged and photographed and presented and positioned in the market among the competition was really good. And then Gilbert, if I heard you correctly, I kind of sensed that you really got felt good about the way we negotiated the transaction.
Yeah.
Right. So having some experience on the negotiating side on how to get the best price out of people, you felt that was a big benefit.
I thought that was a big benefit.
Yeah.
No surprise that we should be looking at the negotiating side, and she would be looking at the aesthetic side of things. So.
Perfect. Yeah. What's your point? So, and just so everybody will know, this is not the first home you've sold, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And in fact, you sold a home in Houston before we found this home for you here in Dallas.
Exactly.
What was your experience like selling your home in Houston?
It was different. It was difficult. We felt like our listing agent didn't have control of the process like we had control of this one, and we were getting through different stages, and we were still wrangling all the way down, negotiating all the way down to closing at one point in time, but it was a matter of just how they approached the transaction and how they controlled the events that were going on.
Okay.
So,
did you feel like the communication and your comfort level with what was going on during this transaction was satisfactory?
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
And so I guess as far as the outcome, are you pleased with the outcome?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
We're thrilled with it.
Yeah.
We're thrilled with it in these economic times. for things to click along and to go along like they're supposed to. I think besides taking a great job, that puts us closer to her parents, which is another one of the big considerations of moving down there to begin with. We love Dallas. There's things here that we're going to miss doing, but I think our calling is to move closer to my in-laws, her parents, and just thank you very much for all your help, your guidance.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for the privilege of being able to work with you. I appreciate you calling me to ask me for some help when you decided to move again, and I'm just looking forward to seeing that new house you guys are going to move into. I've seen pictures of it. It's beautiful down in Austin. Hopefully we'll get a chance to visit down there sometime soon. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you,
and,
Cliff.
Congratulations on your sale and your purchase of your new home.